Hey, what's going on, FGG? Hey, I talked to a few people earlier, told them that I was going to do this video because I need to talk to you all about something this serious enough that I need you all to really pay attention because it's important everybody know what's going on. Amazon's making some changes. These changes are something that they call mega cycle, and a mega cycle is going down to one cycle through the warehouse. One cycle through the warehouse basically means that there won't be a morning shift, an afternoon shift. There's just going to be one cycle. So not the same times, of course, because we'll be coming in at different times in the warehouse, but we won't have an early shift anymore, right? And truthfully, we don't even know the time yet that we'll be going into the warehouse. So it can range from anywhere from 9:30 all the way up to 1 p.m. We'll find out soon, hopefully. It was supposed to be Monday, but we haven't heard yet. And once we know what time we come in, that's going to be the time we come in as a whole. With this new mega cycle, this new process they have, which is going to make things better for customers, because customers will be able to get packages next day as well, same day, because of this new cycle that they have. The warehouse that we have today isn't really built for a mega cycle. So they're going to be moving to another warehouse, but that's not going to happen to the end of July, early August. Until then, they are putting all the processes of a mega cycle into this warehouse that we're working out of right now. And to do that means that the workforce that they have now is being moved to a different shift. The majority of those pickers and those people who do all that kind of work will be coming in at 1 o'clock and working until I think 12 or something like that. And that's a big change for them. At the same time, it also means that they're going to lose some people because people can't do that. And the result of all this is that they can't produce as much work to put out into the field on a daily basis. So they won't be able to put out as much as they've been doing. Right now, they're projecting to be able to put out about half of what they're being able to do. So that means that all of us DSPs, companies like FGG, we're all being reduced. We're going to have a lower amount of routes, a lower amount of work as a whole. From now all the way up until the point where they're moving to the new warehouse. And we've been given a number, but we're still waiting on that to be finalized or what that would be. So how does that affect you? How does that affect us as a company, right? As a company, right now we're doing about 50 routes. The near future is that we won't be doing that many. We're going to be doing less than 50 routes. And we're going to be ramping down over the next 10 weeks to get to the basic number that they're giving us. And I'm not sharing that number on purpose because it just needs to be confirmed. We need to understand some things because something I was told last week when they gave us this announcement has already changed. So I feel it'd be unproductive to give you that number because it may change because it already has. But what will happen is that we're going to do a adjustment, right? We're going to schedules. We're going to be going to permanent schedules, which we should have been all along the way, right? Permanent schedules, meaning that we're going to have people working basically 4 10-hour weeks. And that's the majority of people. But there will be others who will get less than 4 10 hours. And they're going to have to choose whether they want to continue to work with us or not, because they won't be able to get 4 10 hours, right? Because it just won't be available. And truthfully, there'll be people where we'll have too many people, and some people just won't be a part of this company until we get into the new warehouse and we grow, if they decide to come back. But we're going to make changes. They probably won't be with us. Now, I want to be real clear about this, right? For all those who have a tendency to be like, is it me? Is it me? Is it me? Is it me? That's something that we have to work out over the next, 3 to 4 weeks, probably over a 10-week reduction. And who those people are, we'll decide. Marcus and I will consult, and others will have input. But the truth is, I can tell you this much, right? The people who will have solid schedules, continue to have, basically no change in work other than the hours that we go into the warehouse, will be the people who are our strongest drivers, right? That means that you have a good scorecard. You're driving well, you're doing the right things, you're taking pictures like you're supposed to, you're following rules and regulations, those people. And one of the biggest parts of this is that you also can get your own route done. That means we aren't sending people to rescue you. You're taking care of your route. You're getting it done. Because when you have a 10-hour route, you should be able to get that done in 9 hours, honestly, because just the way it's set up. And what we do is simple, right? Every now and then there's some unique circumstances, but the majority of the time this is quite simple. And those who just want to do what they're supposed to do, be organized and follow things, they get done fairly quick, right? The truth is we built a whole first shift that we didn't have before with strong people who knock out their routes on a regular basis. It can be done. It will be done. The only people that we're going to continue to have around here doing full 4 10-hour weeks and they're getting a full complement of work will be the people who can do that. I want to be clear about this, right? This is something we're going to ramp down over with. But if you're the person who can't finish your own route, the future won't be long with us. And it's something we've been wanting to do for a long time. So now we have the capacity to do so, and we're going to be doing it. And you're going to find out soon. Once again, please don't ask to Angela and Justin and all the rest of the team, like, hey, is it me, is it me, is it me? Because they don't have an answer for you. And you can come and ask Marcus and I, and we won't tell you anything right now. Those individuals will be communicated with. And I guess I could say this much. If you're not being communicated with, that's probably a good thing, right? Others, yeah, you will be communicated with, and it's for a good reason, right? Now, there's going to be some of you who hear this and you're going to be like, well, I'm out of here. I feel like it's not safe. I'm going to go. I get it. It's your choice, right? We have about 117 people, and I think we got like 6 people who are going to be starting really soon because they were already in the process, and it wouldn't be fair not to let them start. So that means we're going to be going from that 116 down to a number. I won't even share what that number is. But for everyone to understand, if you can't do your job, you won't be here. This is not being harsh. If you are a morale issue person, or should I say, if you bring attitude and you make it difficult to work with, you won't be here. For those who you can't finish your route, I already said that, so I'm being redundant, but you won't be here. Those people who you always got an excuse, you're not where you're supposed to be, you don't go to work, you go to other places, changes will be made with you. It's just, we've been slowly moving to this, but we've been getting here, and a lot of you have been seeing different faces around her because of stuff like this, like speeding. I'm not having these conversations anymore. If you get caught speeding, we're just going to not route you, or we're going to take work away from you, because there are going to be plenty of people who want that work. If you're showing up late, well, we're just going to not route you. We're going to take work away from you because there'll be plenty of people who want that work. And if you're giving people a hard time, arguing, fussing, and fighting, doing the wrong thing, not taking pictures like you should, not following the Amazon instructions and the ways we do things, we're just going to take work away from you. I probably won't fire you. I'll just not route you. The strongest drivers will get 4 days. The next group of people may get 3, may get 2. And some people just can't live with that. And I understand that. And I understand this affects your lives. But I'm going to be honest with you. The reason why I don't have a lot of empathy for some of this, you brought this on yourself, right? If you just do what you're supposed to do, we do our best to take care of you. Anybody who feels differently than that, and that's just the way you feel, but I know it's not to be true, right? We got to make changes. Now, things are going to affect some people like overtime. There won't be a lot of overtime. It won't be a lot of overtime. And for some people, that means you might not be able to afford to do this job because you need more money. And I respect that and understand that. You can just let us know. But the overtime will be limited, very limited. We are going to implement something new, what we call the rescuers. And rescuers are people who volunteer to come in if we need help. And you'll come in, and truthfully, let me tell you what part of that is. That means if people call off, or if we have days where we need more people, you'll get called in. It also means when we have people who give us a hard time, who aren't doing what they're supposed to do, you went to some restaurant versus going out and doing your route. You're over somewhere else where you're not supposed to be. We're bringing them in. We're going to drive them out to you. They're going to take over that route, and you're going to go home, and you won't be routed. We're cleaning up things. We're going to make things tight and right. We're going to get to the point now where we're successful in every area of our business. If you're tearing up these trucks, people are hitting mailboxes. That's stationary objects. Unacceptable. Cameras all over those vans. Unacceptable. It's you not paying attention. You're on the phone. You're doing whatever else you're doing. I really don't care. At the end of the day, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. We're going to make changes with people like that. All these things can affect you, right? But the majority of our team do our job. They do a good job, as a matter of fact. They do the right things. We don't have a lot of issues with the majority of our people. And I'm proud to have you on the team. I'm proud to work with you. The other people, this is a blessing in disguise. This is God's way of helping me to be able to clean things up and get it to where it's supposed to be. So we can give him glory in all the things that we do. So I'm letting you all know this. I apologize because it's coming out to you late and you're hearing about it, and I don't want people to panic, but some will, right? But here's the fact. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, you'll be all right. If you aren't or haven't, you won't. And I'm going to be honest with you. I won't have any love for this. So when someone comes to me and you want to give me all the stories about how it was this and that and all these different, I'll let you talk, but I won't care. I won't care. And you give me the reason, I couldn't get this, and the kids had this, and this was going on, this going on. I listen to everything you have to say. But this is a job. And you have a responsibility with a job. If you can't fulfill that responsibility, then you got to find something that you can do that allows you to get away with the stuff that you feel like you need to get away with. But it won't be here. It won't be here. We got people knocking on the door every day. Can we get in? Can we get in? That door will be open to everybody who wants to do right, everybody who is doing right, everybody who really cares about what they do. So you're not representing me, you're representing yourself. Hopefully you represent yourself well. And I hope you represent your families well, because I'm going to try my best to do so. So here's the message. Everybody, get things right. Do the right thing. Do the best job that you can. If you need our help, you let us know. But we don't want your excuses. We don't want to hear your sob stories. Life happens to all of us, and if it does, let us know. But if you're not communicating well with us, it's going to be a problem. And we're going to it. You no call, no show, you're just done. We're not going to call you, we're not going to keep looking for you. We're just going to remove you. So that's what we're going to do. So I need you all to pay attention real close, understand how serious this is. But like I said, this is a blessing in disguise because we did need to clean up. Because at the bottom line, most of you want to go home when you're done with your route, and you haven't been able to do so because of these other people. We're going to fix that now. Most of you want to get to the point where you're a part of something that's doing great things. We're going to fix that now. When we started off with a smaller crew, and we were the best in the shop, one of the best in the entire region. I feel like that's getting ready to come back, and I'm proud of the fact that it can. And then when we get into the new warehouse, we have the opportunity to grow, we'll be able to grow right with the right people doing the right things. That's going to be a great day. A really, really great day. I've always been proud of what we do, but I want to be to the point where I can be proud and satisfied. And hopefully you the same. So thank you for taking the time to listen to us. Hopefully you went through the whole thing. Hopefully you understand how serious this is. We're looking at everything. We're going to be having discussions. Please don't offer us unnecessary excuses. If you made a mistake, you made a mistake. But if you start giving us excuses, then we know what we got to do next. Appreciate your time. Be blessed, everyone.